So we're going to do a yin class today, and that means that we're going to hold our poses a little bit longer to try and deepen the stretch. So muscle stretches in 30 seconds, but tendon and ligament take up to 2 minutes. So just to deepen your practice, we're going to do a yin class every now and again, and that now and again is today. So if you don't have a strap, grab one. You can use a belt, you can use a dog leash, you can use anything you'd like to try and hold your stretches a little bit longer. So we're going to start lying down onto our backs. So making yourself comfortable, lying flat down on your back. Let's just start by having both knees bent and both feet flat. Both knees bent and both knees flat, Mr. Kuzi. Thank you. So just close your eyes for a second. And as you exhale, let your right knee just drop out towards the right. Just opening up the front of that hip gently, breathing. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, bring that right knee up. When the right knee meets the left, just gently let the left drop out to the left. Just creating mobility through those hips before we ask them to sustain a position. Bring the left one up. When it touches the right, just let your right one drop out. Bring the right one up. When it meets the left, let the left one drop. One more time to each side. Gently bring the left up to meet the right. When it meets the right, let your right leg drop out. Bringing the right up, letting it meet the left, and then let the left drop out. Then bringing them both up. So both knees are touching the feet. Walk together so the big toes are touching, the heels are touching. Let both knees drop in opposite directions for cobbler's pose. Remember, no pinching or pain in the hip or the groin. If you feel that, you can slide your feet further away from you, opening up that diamond shape, or you can make fists, letting them support your thighs, or put pillows underneath of your knees. You always want to find an expression of each and every pose that you can hold with ease. Breathe deeply into your belly. As you exhale, see if you can release any trying, any stress, any effort, and just melt deeper into the pose if that's appropriate for you. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then gently let your knees come back up together. Pull your knees into your chest and hold behind your knees, behind the thighs, just hugging those knees deeply into your chest. Your shoulders relax, your jaw relaxes. Breathe. Feel your belly press into your thighs as you take a deep inhale. As you exhale, slowly release and see if you can pull those knees in a little bit deeper without strain in your shoulders, without struggle. Take a deep inhale, and with an exhale, release your right leg all the way down to the ground. Keep that right leg active, the toes pulled gently back, the heel reaching forward, and just feel that gentle stretch that you've created in the back of that leg. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, straighten your left leg up towards the ceiling. So you can keep your hands right behind that left thigh. Try to pull the toes down and reach that heel up. Try to get that leg as straight as you can, without struggle, without strain. And then bend that left knee and bring it into your chest. So we're just trying to gently warm up that hamstring, moving it lightly. Take a deep inhale, move with an exhale, straightening that left leg again towards the sky. Pull the toes down, reach the heel up. And then pull it back into your chest. One more time, take a deep inhale. Your belly fills with air. One more time, exhaling, straightening that left leg. The toes pull down, really reach the ceiling with the heel of that foot. Squeeze that right leg down into the floor to act as an anchor. Stay here right where you are, or lift your head and shoulders, walking your hands up to the back of your left calf. Push down into that right knee, the back of it, to anchor. See if you can raise your hands up a little bit higher. Your kneecap points straight ahead towards your nose. And then slowly release back down. Breathe. We're going to keep your right hand rested on the top of your left knee. Your left arm comes out to the side like half of the letter T, palm facing down, creating an anchor. With an exhale, slowly draw your left knee towards the right, a small spinal twist. Breathe. You can turn your head to look at your arm on the left if that doesn't bother your neck, to get a more complete and deep stretch of your spine or twist of that spine. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe deeply in through your nose to the bottom of your lungs, exhaling slowly, melting. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly release your hand from that knee. Just roll onto your back, but let your left foot stay on the outside of your right knee. And then gently let that left knee drop towards the floor. We're inhaling our arms up to the ceiling. Lift and fill your belly with air. As you exhale, let them fall to the floor behind you. As you inhale, reach back with your fingertips, reach forward with the heel of your right foot, and feel that stretch along the length of your body. As you exhale, pull your right knee into your chest, hands behind the right thigh. So your left ankle is resting right there on the right knee. As you pull it in, you get a deep stretch of that left piriformis, that left hip muscle. No pinching, no pain. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Breathe. Deep into your belly, exhaling slowly. Straightening your right leg up towards the sky, the toes pull down, the heel reaches up. Breathing. Feel that stretch. No tingling, no numbness. If you feel that, it means that you're stretching a nerve, and the nerve is going to get a little irritated at that. Stay right where you are, or with an exhale, lift your head and shoulders up to the back of your right calf, reaching with your hands. Breathe. Slowly lower the head and shoulders. Bend the right knee so that the right foot comes to the floor. Take your arms out to the side like the letter T. Then gently let your left leg just slide over top of your right. And with an exhale, both knees drop to the left. You can turn your head to the right if you'd like. Breathing deep into your belly. Exhaling slowly. Find the areas that feel tight or restricted and imagine that you're breathing deeply into them, that you're expanding them with your breath. And then as you exhale, you're releasing tension, you're releasing tightness. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then bring yourself back to a flat back. Uncross your legs, draw both knees into your chest, hugging behind the knees, pulling those legs into your chest. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. We're going to take it to the other side. So let your left leg drop down to the floor. Both arms are reaching behind that right knee, drawing it gently into your chest. Your left leg is active, gently pushing down into the floor. The heel reaching forward. Take a deep breath so that you feel your belly press into the thigh of that right leg. And with an exhale, straighten that right leg towards the sky. The toes pull down, the heel reaches up. No struggles and no strains. With an exhale, bend that right knee, pull it into your chest. Deep inhale, your belly fills with air. Exhale, move with the exhale, straightening the right leg, pulling the toes down, reaching that heel up. Feel that stretch down the back of your leg. Exhale, pull it into your chest. One more time, take a deep inhale. With an exhale, straightening that right leg, toes pull down, that heel reaches up. Stay where you are, or with your next exhale, lift your head and shoulders and walk your hands up to the back of your calf. So you're going to push down into the back of your left knee to anchor you. Make sure that your knee is pointed straight ahead towards your nose, and then squeeze that quadricep, the big muscle on the top of your leg. That deactivates the hamstring, the one that you're stretching. See if you can raise up a little bit higher. And then slowly lower your head and shoulders. Bend the right knee, pull it into your chest. Take your left hand, put it on top of the right knee. Your right arm comes out to the side like half of the letter T. And with an exhale, gently rotate towards your left, taking your right knee across your body. Turn your head to look at your right arm if it doesn't bother your neck. And then breathe. Breathe deeply into your belly. Exhale slowly. Close your eyes and bring your focus and attention to what it is you feel, to the stretch or the depth of your breath. Breathe into the areas that feel tight as if you are expanding them with your breath. And as you exhale, melt. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly begin to roll back onto a flat back, but keep your right foot rested on the floor just outside of your left knee. Once your back comes flat to the floor, just let that right knee drop down. The right ankle is rested just above the left knee. You're opening up the front of your hip here gently. Inhale your arms up to the ceiling. Inhale through your nose. Fill your belly with air. As you exhale, let your arms drop to the floor behind you. As you inhale, reach back with your fingertips. Reach forward with that lengthening along that whole backside of your body. As you exhale, draw the left knee into your chest. Your hands reach behind the left thigh. So a deep stretch of that right piriformis. We're going to get in there deeper in a little bit, but right now it's just warming it up, giving it a preview of what's to come. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your jaw is relaxed. Straightening your left leg towards the ceiling, pull the toes down, reach the heel up. Feel that stretch in that right hip muscle and that left hamstring. Brilliant. Stay right here, or with an exhale, lift your head and shoulders, walk your hands up to the back of your left calf. Remember, no struggles and no strains. If something doesn't feel right for you, just let it go. Just take the next pose that feels appropriate. And then slowly lower the head and shoulders. Bend that left knee and let your left foot come flat to the floor. Your arms come out to the sides like the letter T, and your right leg slides gently over top of your left. With your exhale, both knees drop to the right, turning your head to the left. If that doesn't bother your neck, and breathe. Without struggle, without strain, breathe. See if you can bring yourself into total awareness of your body in this moment. With this next breath, feel the air as it enters. Feel the air as it leaves. And then slowly begin to bring yourself back up to a flat back. Uncross your legs. And let's take another cobbler's pose, just letting the knees drop out. The bottoms of your feet come together. Sliding your feet down the mat or further away from you will help to ease any tension you might feel in the groin or the hips. No pinching, no pain. And then breathe. Feel that gentle stretch on the inside of your thighs. Not a muscle that gets stretched often, so it's a nice one to give a little opportunity to let it go. So we're going to hold this for another minute. If you'd like, you can practice your diaphragmatic breath here. The diaphragmatic breath is when you breathe in through your nose to the very bottom of your lungs and you feel your rib cage expanding forward and out to the sides. With an exhale, you release any effort or trying. That breath has the effect of calming your central nervous system. When your central nervous system is relaxed, and your muscles will relax. So you can progress your pose with just a simple breath. You can bring awareness to the moment in which you are with a simple breath. Slowly bringing your knees back up and together. And we're going to take your strap and put it around the ball of your right foot. So we're going to go deeper into these poses now. We've warmed up the hamstrings. We've warmed up the piriformis. We're going to take that right leg completely out straight once you have that strap wrapped around it. We're going to keep the left knee bent for right now. That just gives a little extra support to the low back. So take a deep inhale into your belly. With the exhale, squeeze your quadricep muscle, the big one on the top of your leg. Squeeze it tight, and then use that strap to bring your leg up to where you begin to feel a stretch. See if you can stop right at the very beginning of your stretch, and then we'll use our breath to take it further. The point is really not to see how high up your leg gets. The point is to engage the stretch. Now look at your kneecap. Make sure it's pointed towards your nose, not turned away from you. We can all take our legs up a lot higher if we have that knee turned out, and squeeze your quadricep to get that leg as straight as you can. Now take a deep inhale. With an exhale, you don't have to pull any further, but see if you can release just a little bit of tension. The leg should go up just a little bit further, without struggle, without strain. Close your eyes for a moment and just breathe into the areas of tightness and restriction. We're holding this for a full 2 minutes. So make sure you've found an expression of the pose that you can hold with ease. If it doesn't feel like it's at ease, just lower it down a little bit. The way the breath works is as you exhale to release tension in the muscle, that leg might go up further all on its own because you've already applied the force. With the breath, you're releasing the restriction. Got another 45 seconds here. Breathe. Close your eyes and be in this moment, in this breath. We're going to release your left hand from the strap. Take your left arm out to the side like half the letter T. And with an exhale, begin to guide your right leg out to the right. We're trying to keep it straight, but if that feels like it's too much tension for you, just allow a bend in the knee. We're trying to get that leg all the way to the floor. So if it doesn't meet the floor, you might put a pillow underneath your ankle or one of the yoga blocks, or you can even just bring that right leg closer down towards the midline of your mat. So find the place where you can get the leg to be supported by the floor or a pillow or a block. And then try to get the leg as straight as you can. This is a deeper stretch of those adductors, that inner thigh, like we just did with the cobbler's pose. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe. We're holding this for another 45 seconds. Just a minute on this one, because we're going to do more with it. That 2-minute stretch that I told you about totally releases the tendons and the ligaments, but it doesn't have to be 2 minutes consecutively. It can be a minute here and 30 seconds in another pose and 30 seconds in another. So find the expression of each and every pose that you can hold with ease, and then work with what's right for your body. 15 more seconds. Take a deep breath into your belly. Feel the expansion. And as you exhale, see if you can release just a little bit of tension You don't have to let everything go at once. Take a deep breath into your belly. With the exhale, pull your belly to your spine and use that strap to draw that leg back up to the ceiling, holding the strap with both hands. And then straightening out your left leg to the floor. We're going to hold this here for 30 seconds, just getting more out of that hamstring. Squeezing the big muscle in the front tight will deactivate your hamstring and allow it to go a little bit further, but no struggles, no strains. Breathe, your shoulders relaxed, your jaw relaxed. Now we're going to release your right hand. Take it out to the side like half the letter T. Your strap is in that left hand. You're slowly going to guide that leg across your body towards the left. Again, if it feels like it's too much for you, just have a small bend in your knee. Try to get it all the way to the floor or use a pillow to support it or a block. You can turn your head to the right if you want to complete the rotation of your spine. Squeeze that quadricep muscle, the big one, tight. So we're stretching a different part now. It's called your iliotibial band. It goes all the way down the outside of your leg from your hip to your knee. If you've ever had anything like bursitis or snapping knee or even just regular knee pain, it can be because of the tightness in this iliotibial band. You can tell by this position, it's probably not one that you spend a lot of time stretching, although some of you people probably do. You know who you are. Squeeze and breathe. Breathe deep into your belly. As you exhale, try to release just a little bit of trying, a little bit of effort. If that means sliding your leg down further away from towards the midline of your body, that's perfectly fine. You want to find an expression of each and every pose that you can hold with ease, without struggle, without strain. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, use that strap to pull that right leg back up to the ceiling. So you're flat on your back, your left leg is out straight, your right leg is straight. We're going to see if we can get just a little bit more out of this hamstring. So we're going to hold it there for another 30 seconds, squeezing your quadricep, making sure that your knee is pointing towards your nose, breathing deeply into your belly, exhaling slowly. Should feel good. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, really just melt. One more time. And then we're going to use a small bend in your right knee. Use that strap to gently pull your knee down towards your chest. The goal here is to have the bottom of your foot pointing straight up to the ceiling. If you can reach your hands to the bottom of your foot, that's great. You're in half of happy baby pose. You don't have to have your hands on the bottom. If it works for you, put your hands right behind your thigh and hold it into your chest. Or if you can reach the bottom of your foot, breathe. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed, a gentle exhale, pulling that knee down towards the armpit on the right side. Keep your left leg active, gently pushing down into the floor to stabilize and create an anchor. We've got another 45 seconds here, so just find an expression of this pose you can hold with ease, without struggle, without strain. Breathe. Breathe into the tightness, expand it with your breath. And as you exhale, let any tension or trying or effort go out along with the breath. Perhaps your knee drops a little closer to your chest, perhaps it doesn't. Just be where you are, without judgment, without a story. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly begin to allow that right leg to straighten back up to the ceiling. Just hold your hands behind your right thigh or keep that strap up there, whichever you prefer. Take a deep inhale. With an exhale, bend your left knee, your left foot comes to flat.
Release your hands from the strap or the leg and just hold that right leg up in the air by itself. Reach that heel up towards the ceiling. Take an exhale. Your belly comes to your spine. Slowly begin to lower that left leg down. That right leg down, sorry. Keep reaching that right heel out as if you're touching the wall in front of you. Lengthen that right leg. And then when it touches the floor, just let the right leg be dead. Just feel that right leg for a minute. Rock it in and out. Just feel the aliveness of it. All the blood that's rushing in after just stretching that. Then slowly bend up your right knee, and we're going to put the strap around the outside of around the ball of your left foot. We're going to do the exact same thing on the left side. So starting with the left leg all the way down to the floor, the strap is wrapped around the balls of the toes of that left leg. The right leg is bent, the right foot is flat. So squeeze your quadricep muscle, the big one on the top of your leg, to deactivate your hamstring. With an exhale, begin to bring that left leg up. Use that strap to find the beginning of your stretch. And then check and make sure that your kneecap is pointing towards your nose, that your quadricep muscle is squeezed tight, getting that leg as straight as you can. We got 2 minutes we're going to hang out here, so don't rush it. Squeeze that quadricep muscle tight. With an exhale, you might see that the leg goes up a little further. If it does, that's great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Work with your body. Squeeze. No struggles, no strains. Each exhale, see if you can just get that leg to go just a little further. If it stays where it is, that's okay. No strain in the shoulders, no strain in the jaw. Let everything be relaxed. Focus on the breath and the feeling of that stretch. "20 more seconds here, so just keep breathing. Again, remember, each pose should allow yourself to back out of it just a little bit. Make sure that your hips stay firmly planted on the floor. If your hips are raised up in the air, then all you're doing is making it look like you can go further. Taking that strap in just the left hand, drop your right arm out to the side like half the letter T, creating an anchor. With your exhale, just begin to take that left leg out to the left. See if you can find the floor. If it doesn't make it to the floor, slide a block, slide a pillow underneath of the leg, or just bring your leg down closer to the midline of your mat. Squeeze that quadricep muscle tight and feel that stretch on the inner thigh. We're holding this for a minute, so make sure that it stays comfortable. If it's not comfortable, back it off. Close your eyes for a moment. See if you can identify an area of tightness. See if you can imagine yourself breathing into that area, expanding that area with your breath. And as you exhale, see if you can release any tension along with that breath. "15 more seconds here. So if it feels like you need to leave the pose early, that's perfectly fine. Do what's right for your body. Take a deep breath here. With an exhale, your belly comes to the spine. To protect your spine, use that strap to draw that left leg back up to the sky. Holding on to the strap with both hands, let's re-engage the kneecap pointing towards the nose. This quadricep muscle is squeezed tight, and then straighten your right leg down to the ground. You're going to hold here for another 20 seconds or so, just opening up that hamstring even further. Your hamstrings are a really important muscle. They control mobility of your hips. So if the mobility of your hips is restricted, so is the rest of your body. Nothing moves without the hips. Ask Shakira. She knows. Shakira. You didn't realize it's going to be cabaret. So you get more for your money than you think. Release your left arm down to the side. Just hold that strap with your right hand. As you exhale, begin to draw your left leg across your body towards the right. The goal is to make it to the floor. If you don't make it to the floor, that's great. Put a block underneath your ankle or put a pillow there, or just have a small bend in your knee. You can also lower that leg towards the midline of your body. So take it to the place where you can get the leg comfortably straight. Turn your head to the left if it doesn't bother your neck. Push down into that left hand to give yourself an anchor and breathe. No struggles and no strains. Close your eyes and feel. If it feels like tingling, numbness, or discomfort, allow yourself to back out of the pose, finding a place where the pose feels natural and at ease. Progress deeper into the pose with inhaling in the nose and exhaling slowly. If your body will open and allow you to go further, it's going to do it as you exhale. So use that. We've got 15 seconds here. Just breathe into the areas of tightness or restriction. Expand those areas with your breath. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then use that strap to begin to bring that left leg back up to the ceiling, flat back, both hands on the strap, taking a couple more moments with the hamstring, really trying to open it. Keep the right leg active, gently pushing down on the back of that right knee to help to anchor your pose. Then squeeze that quadricep muscle in the front. Breathe deeply into it, and as you exhale, see if you can get just another inch or two out of those hamstrings. Take a deep inhale, and then as you exhale, use that strap to draw your left knee into your chest. If you can reach the bottom of your foot, that's great. If you can't, you can either leave the strap there doing the work or take both hands right behind the left thigh. Whatever way gets you there, but see if you can have the bottom of your left foot pointing straight up to the ceiling. Reach through that right heel as if you're trying to touch the wall in the front of you. Close your eyes and then feel that left hip as you exhale. Perhaps that knee comes, doesn't. Breathe deeply into your belly and exhale slowly. No struggles, no strains. Take a deep inhale, slow exhale. See if you can take one more breath in total awareness of this moment, feeling the breath as it enters, feeling the release of tension as you exhale. And then slowly begin to straighten that left leg back to the ceiling. Pull the toes down, reach the heel up. Slowly bend your right knee so that your right foot comes to flat, and then release your hands from that left leg. If it feels like struggle or strain, just keep your hands there. It's perfectly fine. Reach the toes down towards your nose. Reach that left heel up towards the sky. As you exhale, your belly comes to your spine. That left leg slowly begins to go to the floor. Reach the heel towards the wall in front of you. Lengthen that left leg as it finds the floor. When it makes it to the floor, just release that leg. Shake it out a little bit and just feel the lightness of the leg, the aliveness of the leg. Breathing. Slowly bending your left knee. So both knees are bent, both feet are flat. We're going to take your block. If you don't have a block, you can just make your hands stack them into fists. But we're going to lift your hips from the ground and put that block underneath of your hips. Now you have lots of different sides to that block. Find the one where you feel no tension. So you can turn it down on its half side. You can turn it all the way on its lowest side. The idea is to get a supported bridge pose. So if you have your hips on that block, make sure you're holding on to the block so that it doesn't release. We're just doing a little bit of extension of your lumbar spine. So most of us spend our day in a flexed position with just curled forward. This is a way of releasing that and going in the opposite direction, taking tension off of the lumbar spine from always being in one position. One of the things I like to say to my patients is not to let it become a chronic condition. And that is trademarked, so don't try and steal it. So you can either stay just like this, or you can add some strengthening to it by taking your right leg and pointing the toes towards the wall where it meets the ceiling. So you can stay with both feet on the floor. That's perfectly fine. Reach those toes towards that wall where it meets the ceiling. Feel the stretch. And then that right knee, bringing the right foot back to the floor. Stay right where you are. Do the same with the left, pointing the toes to where the wall meets the ceiling. Really stretch out through those toes. Really reach them forward. And then bend the left knee, bring it back down. Stay here right where you are or lift both feet, reaching the toes to where the wall meets the ceiling. Make sure you're holding onto that block if you're doing this. You don't want it falling out from underneath of you. Point your toes to where the wall meets the ceiling and then bring them back down. Let's lift your hips and turn that block on its lowest edge. Put it right back underneath your sacrum and then straighten your legs out one at a time. So this is just a very gentle extension, and we're going to hold this for 2 minutes. So if it doesn't feel comfortable for you, just take the block away, stack your hands one palm on top of the other right underneath your sacrum, and do less of an extension. It's perfectly fine. The hands or the block are pushing the sacrum towards the ceiling. The lumbar spine is falling towards the floor. So it's stretching the ligaments and tendons that connect your sacrum to your ilia, your hip bones, into your lumbar spine. It's another one that just reverses the direction that most of us spend the majority of our time in. No struggle here, no strain. Breathe. Breathe deeply into your belly. Exhale slowly. Another full minute here. Take the opportunity to breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted. Into those areas as if you were expanding them with your breath. As you exhale, just try to release 10% of the tension you feel. Don't worry about letting go everything at once. "30 more seconds. Breathe. If the pose does not feel appropriate to you, allow yourself to release out of it. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly bend one knee at a time to your feet flat. Pull your belly to your spine as you lift your hips, dropping the block to the floor. We're going to roll over onto our right side. So you're going to need your strap. Some of you are going to need your strap for this next one. We're going to roll onto your right side. Both knees are bent. We're going to reach behind you with your strap and see if you can wrap it around the left ankle. Now, if you can reach back and grab onto your ankle, you don't need the strap. But what you want to try to do here is keep your knees stacked one on top of the other. So if one knee's back or it's up in the air, see if you can get your knees to be stacked one on top of the other. And then with an exhale, gently pull that left heel towards your bottom. So you're stretching your muscle. Your quadricep muscle is the big one on the front of your leg that we've been squeezing to deactivate. So just give yourself a moment here to breathe into the tightness of that quadricep muscle, using that strap or your hand to pull your heel closer to your bottom. If your heel's not touching your butt, you have room for improvement, which is great. Make sure that your knees are stacked one on top of the other. If you have them lifted or one's off of the other, you're just making it appear as you can go further. Breathe deeply into the areas of tightness. Exhale slowly. Like you need a slightly deeper stretch, just pull that heel backwards. Now your knees won't be stacked on top of each other, but you're not lifting it up in the air. You're pulling it back and away from the other knee. If your heel isn't touching your butt, then just leave those knees stacked right where they are. You have room to improve right there. We have another 45 seconds here. It's a big muscle. It's a workhorse muscle. Give it the opportunity to stretch and release by breathing deeply into your belly, exhaling slowly, releasing struggle, releasing strain. Breathing. Make sure that you're not having strain or struggle in your shoulder as you pull back there. Let that relax. Remember to just create the force and then breathe into it. As you exhale, your body will release and allow that ankle to move a little closer if it's available. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly release that ankle. And we're going to roll all the way to the other side. Did you leave me, Lolita Bonita? Yes, that's my process. We're going to roll all the way to the opposite side. So come into a straight line. If you look down, the knees should be right in line with your hips. You don't want them out here in front of you. Bring them back. Use the strap or grab onto the ankle with your right hand. Gently heel towards your bottom. If you look down and you can see your knees, then you need to get them behind you a little bit further. Close your eyes and just breathe deeply into your belly. Deep inhales, slow exhales. No struggles, no strains. Remember, if you've got that heel on your butt and you want to progress this, just take that right leg behind you a little bit so that the knee ends up well behind the hip, and then try to keep that ankle right on your bottom. Close your eyes and breathe. Breathe deeply into your belly. Exhale slowly. No struggles, no strains. We have a full minute left in this pose. So find an expression of each and every pose that you can hold with ease. Allow your body to open with the breath, without struggle, without strain. Breathe. Fifteen more seconds. Let the shoulder relax, let the jaw relax. See if you can bring all of your focus and attention to the feeling of that stretch. And as you take your next deep inhale, expand your belly with air. As you take your next slow exhale, see if you can draw that ankle up just a little bit closer to your bottom. And then slowly release. Coming back onto your back. Both knees bent, both feet flat. Drawing both knees into your chest, your hands behind your thighs. So when you stretch that quadricep, it attaches to the front of your hip bone. It tends to pull your hips in a forward position. So by just doing a counter pose here, you're balancing. You can rock side to side gently if you'd like. Just using this floor to massage out your spine. And then we're going to try to go into full happy baby. So you can either stay right with your hands where they are, lifting the bottoms of your feet up towards the ceiling, or you can reach your hands to the little toe side of your feet, drawing your knees down. This is always the position that shows up on the TV when I'm at work thinking, I should just turn around. But you know what?
If they could see me.
I know, if they could see me now. This might be how I'm making money someday. So what you want is to have your sacrum down into the floor. So you don't round it up like a bug. The idea is to push the sacrum down as you pull the knees to the outside or towards the armpits. If your hands are behind your thighs, it's perfectly fine. Work towards getting the bottoms of your feet up towards the ceiling, and then gently you can rock side to side. It just helps to open up your SI joints, your sacroiliac joint, the place where your sacrum, that triangular bone at the very bottom of your spine, meets your hip bones. We call your hip bones ilia. Some people call them Sally. What? But that's a place where a lot of people get low back pain, is right at the SI joint. If you look to your back and you say, oh, it hurts right there, and you can point to a space on one side or the other, it's most likely a place where your sacroiliac joint is not moving as it should, and this is a really good way to get it to move. So we got 15 more seconds here. If it doesn't feel appropriate to you, that's all right. Just come out of the pose. Breathe one more deep inhale into your belly. One more slow exhale, trying to bring those knees down closer to your chest without struggle, without strain. And then we're going to release one foot at a time down to the floor. We're going to take one more cobbler's pose to balance everything out. So walk your feet together and then let your knees drop out in opposite directions. Remember, if no pinching or pain in the hips or the groin, if you feel that, then slide your feet down further away from you. No struggles, no strains. And breathe. Close your eyes. We're going to hold this one for a full 2 minutes. So close your eyes and breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted. Imagine that you're expanding those areas with your breath. Imagine that you're melting away tension and releasing it from your body with the exhale. No struggle, no strain. We've got another full minute here. If it begins to feel like it's aching, slide your eyes and just support the pose. Find a position that feels comfortable. Fifteen more seconds, so just enough time to take a really deep inhale in through your nose to the bottom of your lungs, and to take a really slow exhale, allowing that air to just simply drizzle out. And breathe. We're going to slowly use your hands to bring your knees back up and together. We're going to prepare for final relaxation. If you'd like to do the modified fish pose, that gives you a little bit of a time and extension, and I'll show it to you. Anybody here in the class, I will help you set it up. At home, you just take yourself a pillow, sit up really long, and put that pillow like a sofa cushion, whatever you like, at your back and lie down onto it. You might want another pillow underneath of your head or using a block underneath of your head. You can keep your legs out straight. You can put a small pillow underneath of them, or you can take a cobbler's pose in this position. So you have lots of different ways that you can do this. If anybody here would like a pillow, I can grab you one. Just let me know. You want one? Okay. I got a bunch of them right here.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Would you like one, Maria? Okay. So just sit that at the base of your sacrum. I'll get you one. Anyone else? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? Mike Kuzi, you want one? So put your block at the end of that so your neck can be supported. Anyone else? You're all good? That's it. And then just lie back. So you can leave your knees bent, or if you'd like a pillow underneath of your knees, just let me know. Or you can take a cobbler's pose, the bottoms of your feet together, the knees pushing out in the opposite directions. Anybody need a pillow underneath of their knees? Go ahead and let your legs go out straight. Just there. That's good? Okay. Let your arms come out to the side with your palms facing up. And just breathe. Lola. Breathe into your chest, your belly, and feel it expand. And as you exhale, feel yourself melt. So again, this is a position that is opposite of the way we spend most of our time. Come here, Lola. So no struggles, no strain. If in the middle of Shavasana you feel like this isn't right for me anymore, then just allow yourself to come out of it. Without judgment. So close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose and feel your chest expand, feel your rib cage expand. And as you exhale, feel the weight of your body just drip into the floor. As if you're hanging on that block, hanging on that pillow. This is a supported fish pose. It's my favorite way. I love this pose, but it feels like a strain to me when I do a regular fish pose. I love doing it this way. I get the benefit of the reversed spinal position. I get the opening of the chest, the opening of the fronts of your shoulders without any of the struggle or the strain. And in my opinion, yoga should not be a struggle or a strain. So I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in through your nose to the bottom of your lungs. And as you exhale, see if you can quiet yourself down enough to feel your heart beating into your chest. Either the internal feeling of the heart beating or the sound of the heart beating. Sometimes it helps just to hold your breath for a moment. It amplifies that heartbeat. You can find it and then hold your attention there at the heartbeat as if it's an anchor to focus. If your mind wanders, to bring it gently back to the feeling or the sound of your heart beating in your chest. See if you can focus just a little bit more intensely. See if you can make all of your awareness about that heartbeat. If you can't find your heartbeat, let go of any frustration and just focus on your breath or anything else that you would like.
And then I'll ask you to shift your attention to a thought, bringing to mind the thought of gratitude for some person, some place, some event, something in your life for which you are grateful. Hold that thought in mind as if it were happening now, that you were having that amazing meal, having that wonderful laugh, holding the hand of someone you love. For whatever you are grateful, hold it in mind as if you were there in that moment now. And then just feel your body in gratitude. Just feel what your body feels like as you hold a thought and the energy of gratitude. Don't label it or look for anything. Just feel your body in gratitude. We know what our bodies feel like in anger and in sadness, but very few of us know what it feels like in the energy of gratitude. And then let your thought of gratitude just leave and be still. Let your mind come to stillness. If anything disturbs it or distracts it, just gently. And then we'll slowly start to bring awareness back to your body by wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. Just feel those joints as they move. Bring your awareness to the motion of your fingers and your toes. Then spread your fingers apart, spread your toes apart, and just feel the space between your fingers. Feel the space between your toes. Become aware of that space, that feeling. Then curl your fingers into a fist, curl your toes under, and just feel the stretch of the skin over your knuckles, over the tops of your feet. Let your hands and feet relax. Gently allow your head to rock from side to side, just moving the muscles and the bones of your neck, just through the awareness of just the motion of your neck. And then let your head come to a comfortable position wherever it feels good for you. Take a deep inhale and let your arms rise up and overhead. As you exhale, let your arms fall to the floor behind you. Then bring one knee at a time in towards your chest. Take your left hand to your left knee. Take your right hand to your right knee. Draw your knees into your chest. Just hug those knees into your chest for a moment. And then when you're ready, be careful coming off to your right. If you're in that modified fish pose, it's a little bit of a fall to the floor perhaps. But take yourself over to your right side and then gently push up into an easy seated position. Easy seated position is anyone where your spine is at ease. So you may want to sit up on a block. You may want to sit up on a pillow. If you're sitting there and you feel like, oh, this is an effort to sit up tall, or if your back is rounded and sitting up tall is an effort, put a pillow underneath of your hips. Put a block underneath of your hips. Let the backs of your hands come to rest on the tops of your knees. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale, lengthening your spine, reaching the top of your head towards the sky. All posture with ease. Take another deep inhale, lengthening your spine. With an exhale, let your hands come into prayer position in the center of your chest, your thumbs gently pressed against your chest, and let your chin drop down. You guys have done a wonderful job. Once again, namaste. Have a wonderful day. If any of you are interested, I'm doing a free seminar, free. If it's free, it's for me,
on February 20, no, March 26th, March 26th. And it's for people with foot pain, plantar fasciitis, neuropathy, Achilles tendonitis. It's just an informational session where I'm going to try and teach people how to treat themselves at home, little tricks to work, especially on plantar fasciitis. So it's absolutely free. It's going to be from 11 to 12 on that Saturday. And I'll have all kinds of self-help things for home. So if you know anybody, let them know. They can RSVP by just calling the office or checking in on our Facebook. Just give us your name, say you'd like to be here, so we know how many chairs to set up and put out. But it is free, and there's not going to be any, oh, but you can buy this. It's just an informational section.
Can you postpone it a week? I'll be in Colorado.
Oh, you're gallivanting all over the globe.
Move it up to.
Or put it on video.
Right.
It doesn't work. Bill, it's our schedule, not yours.
Right. It will be free, and I may be able to put it up on, I may video it, I'm not sure. Let me make this stop.
Will there be cupcakes involved?
There may be cupcakes if you bring them.